Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan just beat Indiana 29-7. This game was Michigan controlled it pretty much the whole way. Indiana had one good drive. They got the new young quarterback, and he can't really pass that well. So it was a lot of them just running QB sneaks and reads and stuff like that. So they got Michigan on one drive. Besides that, this was just a good win for Michigan. You would have liked to see Michigan do a little better in the red zone. The red zone issues are still there. Got to figure out how to get touchdowns in the red zone. Stop kicking so many field goals, especially against lesser competition, because that Penn State defense, Ohio State defense, you're gonna need to score touchdowns. But besides that, Blake Corum got hurt, and I'm not sure if it's his ankle or what. Hopefully he can play next week, but if not, we saw Hassan Haskin. He had like 27 carries, like 160. So he's a bell cow. We know what he can do, and he pretty much controlled the game. And Cade kind of went back to the game manager role, made a couple throws, hit a deep pass to Cornelius, but he got tackled. Had a touchdown to Schoonmaker, but this was just a complete win by Michigan for the most part. You just would certain things you would have liked to have seen a little bit better, a little more crisp. But coming playing after that letdown against Michigan State, it's tough. It's tough. So as we saw, Michigan State lose to Purdue. So after a big game like that, it's tough. So you really just want to get the win, because it's just about getting the win and looking pretty good doing it right now. So Michigan took this game. It's on to Penn State. So we got another big game next week. Got to deal with Dotson and Clifford and those boys. I'll probably make a video about that tomorrow. But this was a complete win. I think A.J. Henning got hurt. We'll see how bad that was. He limped off and we didn't see him again. So it's just dealing with these injuries. I'm not sure about Blake. We'll see. But we saw JJ. JJ got a couple drives early. Well, not too early, but third quarter they put him in for a whole drive. And with JJ, it's just some questionable his decision making. He's got that gunslinger in him. He wants to get it all in one play, and so as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to throw it away or take the sack, things like that. And he's still got that gunslinger mentality, kind of trusts his arm a little too much. And by next year, I'm pretty sure Harbaugh will have that coached out of him. But right now, he's still got that in him. And that's the reason he probably hasn't taken the job from Cade. It's just his decision-making is questionable still. But you see the arm talent. He made a laser little throw to the out on an out route, I believe it was, and it just gets there faster. He trusts his arm. But besides that, this game it really ain't much to talk about with this game. It was a pretty complete win. The offensive line on pass downs wasn't that good, but they did a lot more blitzing. We saw a lot more blitzing. Indiana blitzes a lot, so you saw them blitzing, McFadden getting in the backfield, stuff like that. But that's just their scheme. So we'll see about Penn State. I'll probably make that video and chop it up about that tomorrow, if not Monday. But yeah, this was just a game you want to get the win and get your guys out of there healthy, because as you see, the season goes on and important players get hurt, and it can change the outlook of the season. Because like right now, Donovan Edwards is hurt. It says they don't know when he's going to be back. Corum, we don't know if he's going to play. So next week, Haskins is going to have to be the bell cow. And we got young dudes behind them, and they didn't want to play them until the game was all the way over. So that's just something to think about. We'll find out how hurt Blake is probably tomorrow or Monday. But besides that, it just ain't much. We didn't see Eric All. But Shoemaker's a good tight end. Shoemaker's good. Hopefully Eric is back for next week. But this was just a good game. Get the mojo back, get back to winning, and get ready for Penn State. I'm still not sure what time that game is going to be. They haven't announced it yet, so we'll see. Hopefully, it's not a night game again. We have to deal with all that, but that's all I got for this one, y'all. It ain't much to talk about on this one. This was just kind of controlled ass whooping, really. So Michigan controlled the game, got back to what they do, run the ball, Cade game managing. Got to see JJ a little bit. JJ threw the pick at the end. He's got that gunslinger in him. Guy wasn't really open. He just put so much zip on the ball. It got tipped, pick. So that's just stuff that he has to work on. Earlier he got in and he was trying to make a play out of the pocket. Should have just threw it away or went out of bounds, and he throws it. It probably should have been picked too. So that's just some stuff that he has to work on before he's ready to take over the job or even play consistent minutes. But besides that, in the red zone, they got to figure out red zone. If you're a running team, that play action bootleg is your bread and butter in the red zone. We saw it once today. Every time we get in the red zone, you need to run that at least once because it's a money play. It's like football 101. That's football 101. If you're going to run the ball as much as we run it, when you get in the red zone, you play action bootleg. Simple. Everybody knows this. And it works most of the time, especially if you run it as much as we do. So that should be money play, and you just got to try to throw something in the end zone. We get too conservative with the run game in the red zone, kicking too many field goals. Field goals get you beat. We're gonna have to keep saying it until it's not a problem. And the announcers and the commentators, they say the same thing because everybody knows we're kicking too. If you know football, you know we're kicking too many field goals. So, like a game like this, it could have been 45-7. But we settle for so many field goals, it turns out to be 29-7. So that's just they're gonna have to figure it out, or it's gonna bite us in our butt again. It bit us in Michigan State, and we just gotta hope it doesn't bite us against Penn State and Ohio State, or even Maryland, because we got them left too. But really in those big games, because those are teams that are going to be able to put up more points probably. Well, we know OSU is going to put up points, but we'll see about Penn State next week. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Good win to get back the mojo and to just get that winning feeling again for those boys and to kind of get Michigan State out of their head, because it ain't going to change nothing thinking about it. Just like Michigan State, I'm sure they were hyped. Walker's getting Heisman talk. He's on the playoff. They talking to him and all that. But you still got a game to play, and you come out, you number 3 in the country, just became number 3, and then you lose. So that's just how it goes. You gotta shake it off every week. The next opponent is the most important opponent. So that's all I got for this one, y'all. Not much really to talk about, but like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.